Goodness me, let's talk about Wrexham. Wrexham are out grabbing headlines again. I spoke about them in midweek before they went up against Notts County in the National League and they lost that game. But what a way to bounce back at the weekend against Barnet. 12 goals at the racecourse. This game had it all. Before we get into this video, guys, you know the drill. Do make sure to drop a like. It is completely free to like and subscribe. Do make sure to click that red subscribe button down below. Let's talk about Wrexham. They're grabbing all the headlines again. They want to be centre stage in the National League. And look at this for a result. As I say, I spoke about them the other day. I spoke about them at the start of the season, how I said I expect them to win the National League. And I just love talking about this club. There's something crazy about this club. I spoke about them last season as well. They had so many crazy games. I remember them beating Dover 6-5 or something like that. And now 7-5 against Barnet. Let's talk about it. Wrexham then. I mean, the first thing I noticed was I looked at the National League scores at the weekend, and Wrexham are a team I closely follow and look at their results in the National League because they're a club I seem to have a bit of a vested interest in. And I tell you what, they're out there playing table football while all the other teams are picking up 1-1s and 4-1s and 2-1s. Wrexham winning 7-5 against Barnet. Let's talk about it. The context is Wrexham came into this game having just lost to Notts County, knocking them off top of the league, but they're keeping up the pace with them. They've stayed in second because Notts County also won this weekend, but they went up against mid-table Barnet, who are no mugs. Barnet aren't a terrible side, and to be fair, we'll give Barnet credit for scoring 5 goals, and we'll address some of Wrexham's defensive issues, but scoring 7, like I say, Wrexham scored 7 for the first time in 27 years after winning a 12-goal thriller at the racecourse against Barnet. The Dragons shook off their top-of-the-table defeat by Notts County in midweek with their biggest score since hitting 7 past Rotherham in 1995. Wrexham are just this team you cannot look away from. They've got players like Paul Mullin, they've got Hayden all chipping in with the goals. Look at that, once again, quite a few different goal scorers and a 7-5 win against Barnet. As I say, coming into this game, going back to that table, they were second and they really did need a bounce back. It was, I wouldn't say demoralising, but a bit of a setback losing to Notts County. Notts County are a very good side, we'll give them credit as well, but to get promoted in this league, we've addressed how you either need to win the league or win the playoffs. The playoffs are quite tricky, and for a side like Wrexham to win the playoffs, it's doable, but they've got the capability to win the league. So they won this weekend. It doesn't mean they've overtaken Notts County, because as I say, Notts County have won, but they've kept the pace with them. It's just an incredible National League season. You've got Boreham Wood and Chesterfield also in the mix there. Let's have a little look at the game today then. Hayden scored first on 8 minutes, making it 1-0 to Wrexham. The order of the goals is crazy here. Barnet pulled one back on 28 minutes. Wrexham then went behind 2-1 when Pritchard made it 2-1 to Barnet. Wrexham pulled it back to 2-2 with O'Connor. They then went 3-2 up through Paul Mullin. That's how they went into half-time, 3-2 up. The goals came flying out in the second half. Barnet made it 3-3 with Carnu scoring. Then you've got Mullin scoring again, Young and Hayden and Palmer, and Wrexham just going at it. The thing with this team is I've spoken about their expected goals. They create so many bloody chances. It does look like they threw the defending out the window today, something that could be addressed, but when you win 7-5, you're concentrating on the attack. They were devastating. Carnu, as I say, pulled one back to just make it an even more bonkers scoreline. And 7-5 to Wrexham, a real standout result in the National League. Yes, we also saw Notts County pick up a result this weekend. Notts County won 3-2 at Woking. That's also a very entertaining game by the looks of it. But look at that, 7-5. Let's have a little look at Wrexham's upcoming games then, because we've said how Wrexham now need to keep the pace with Notts County. And the way they're scoring goals, I can see them doing it. Let's have a look. Wrexham's upcoming games consist of Blythe Spartans in the FA Cup qualifying. I tell you what, it'd be great to see Wrexham making headlines in the FA Cup as well. I'm sure they could do it the way they're going about things. Boreham Wood, FC Halifax and Altrincham. Now looking at the table, you've got Boreham Wood who are in 3rd. That is a big game. Altrincham are a bit further down the table, aren't they? Altrincham are 16th as well. So some big games in there. And FC Halifax, they're further down the table. They're in 20th there. So a real battle for promotion at the top. As you can see, Wrexham are really trying to chase down Notts County. Notts County, as I say, give them credit, they're top, and they did beat Wrexham, but It's the goals scored column here. I don't know how Notts County kept a clean sheet against this Wrexham side, because Wrexham are nearly averaging 3 goals a game. 38 scored in 13 games. They've conceded 15. Yes, conceding 5 today has set them back a little bit defensively. But as I say, their goal difference is up to plus 23. They are killing it. They're absolutely smashing it. As I say, defensively, they'll need to improve. But the big games coming in October consist of the Blythe Spartans FA Cup game. As I say, that would be great to see them go on a cup run. And then they've got big games in November. Maidenhead, Scunthorpe, Wealdstone, Aldershot, Bromley as well. So it is bonkers, but coming back to this game, you cannot take your eye off Wrexham. Honestly, as I say, I addressed them in midweek. I've kept an eye on them, and I think no one can look away from them now as this big threat to getting into the Football League. And as I say, if they can get into the Football League, can they tear it up? Can they keep pumping in these amount of goals? The quality they've got, we've spoken about the goal scorers. Wrexham have got so many top scorers. Paul Mullin is second in the entire division. But if you look at Wrexham's total goal scorers, Ollie Palmer, Aaron Hayden, Elliot Lee, we addressed that, so many goals. As I say, guys, this is just absolutely bonkers, and you don't get scorelines like this in English football very often, even down in the National League. So the fact Wrexham are pulling out these scorelines is just unbelievable. Do I seriously think Wrexham can still go and get promoted? Yes, I do. Yes, there's a big threat. There's Notts County. There's also your Chesterfields, your Boreham Woods that are mixing it up there. But I seriously do think Wrexham do look the real deal. Let's remember the game against Notts County was away. They've got that game out of the way. They've got to play Notts County at home still. They've played Chesterfield away already. That's a tough game out of the way. So I seriously think the path is being smoothed here by Wrexham, getting some of those tough games out of the way and smashing teams up at home. Can I say this home record is sensational. They could break records and set records for the National League, and they could even set some records in English football altogether, because the goals they're scoring and the way they're winning all these home games, I seriously think Wrexham are starting to look like the Man City of the National League. Guys, it is crazy. I love watching Wrexham's scorelines. You do need to check out the goals in this game. As I say, they beat Barnet 7-5, and fair play to Barnet for being part of what was a bonkers game at the racecourse. But I bet the Wrexham fans are buzzing. And as I say, I'd love to see this club get back to the Football League. Another big crowd at the racecourse, and they're a club that, like I say, are getting media attention. A lot of momentum is gathering. They really need to get up this season. Some people might say it's going to be tough, and it is. Football season is a marathon. It's not a sprint. But can Wrexham do it, guys? That's the question I'm going to leave you guys in the comments. Can Wrexham do it? Let me know down below. That's how I'm going to leave it for this one. We'll talk about Wrexham again very soon. But if you've enjoyed the video, guys, as I say, do drop a like, do subscribe, and Wrexham once again are setting headlines in the National League and in the football world in general. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.